gets thinner as we climb. We've only got one destination. Touch the clouds and gravity's edge, and the rest is our momentum. Does it matter if I can't breathe out there? I've got memories of where we began, and you would follow my silhouette that grows bigger towards the sun. I can see your darkened eyes, and you are still hiding your smile. Take my dismay, throw it away. When you reach me, help find a way. Look out for slopes down the telescope, and when you reach me, I'll let you stay. How many times do we have to write our names in the sand so they don't wash away? How many times do we leave our mark? I've been worried if you'll be okay. I can travel the world in an instant, even though there's a fear of the distance. But for you, I know I'll stay right here. And I can see your darkened eyes, and you are still hiding your smile. Take my dismay, throw it away. When you reach me, help find a way. Look out for slopes down the telescope, and when you reach me, I'll let you stay. I don't want to miss you when you're sailing by. Please tell me you're on the way. I don't want to miss you once I've waved goodbye. So when you reach me, tell me you'll stay.
Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the Collegiate Star League. Tonight we have a really insane match between USC Trojans, which are 10-1, going against Carnegie Mellon Esports, a team I don't believe I've seen, or at least I'm not recalling some of their names. Perhaps they've screwed with their aliases. I remember Sever, so I think we were about to cast a game, and it unfortunately was unable to go through. So this will be our first game casting Carnegie Mellon Esports, and yeah, I'm excited. 9-2 versus 10-1, two teams that really need to make the playoffs. And as we kind of discussed before, Will, USC is a really good team, but is way too inconsistent and has made it way too close. And what you said was, what, 4 to 5 overtimes against teams that they probably should have beat?
Yeah. But before we go into that, just this is actually our second game casting Carnegie Mellon. Of course, we remember Sever.
Because he was a god, right?
Yeah, because he was a god. But then after this, we also have Columbia versus Cal Poly Pomona, and all these great teams went 6-1, I think, in like the first half or something like that. But yeah, like you said, USC, they actually have a roster change as they come out onto the B site here.
And Jordan going to be the entry man, gets dropped, and MVP chimes in as well. So that's going to be 2 terrorists down. Sage in pit, he's about to get closed in on. Dice able to find a kill, but I don't think he's going to be able to find another one. Maki chiming in as well. So now it's a 3-on-3. CT's all cooped up here from Hull. So there's not going to be any flank here from Water. Sever going to take face. Drops Maki, and Dice here to trade, so now it's a 2-on-2, but they're surrounding him on site. The pit player last alive, and Sever, see if he can be the MVP that he's been in the past games. He's able to find Dice, and now he's dropping himself down to a 1v1. Hex on 25 HP. Doesn't have a kit, though, but 3 kills, and he's going to go for the fake, and he's unable to drop Hex down to 10 HP, so unfortunately that shoulder shot or something only did 15 damage, which is pretty peculiar. So I'm guessing it was a running shot somewhere to the arm. It seemed like that was just an arm shot that unfortunately was unable to kill. USP is a lot more accurate at the face, so, or I mean a lot more deadly at the face. That's really unfortunate, though, to have 25 HP and still not grab that kill.
Winning the pistol is absolutely crucial for USC, especially because they have a new player, Ezink. Their 5th actually graduated last semester, so you're not going to be seeing him anymore. That does affect this team. So I think winning the pistol is extremely important. And on top of that, you see Carnegie Mellon. They're not buying armor, so they're going for just a pistol save. And this tells me that they're going to bring at least 1 or 2 ops in the first gun round. And Overpass is one of those maps where you really do have to bring out the ops on the CT side.
Yeah, ops are extremely strong, and not only can grab you some easy kills, but there's so many opportunities for you to grab a pick and fall back to site and play aggressive or passive, or usually a combination of both. This is a map where I think hybrid type play is really strong. If you're able to play aggressive in the early rounds and then fall back like consistently without dying, then you're able to grab easily 10 rounds as a CT.
Yeah, and you're right about that. I believe in terms of the power players for USC, I know it's Dyson Hex. That's the 1-2 punch with Mackie. He's like your consistent guy who will always perform, but then it's always going to be the Dice and Hex combo that's going to try to bring you something. And I believe for Carnegie Mellon, it was MVP, and yeah, I think MVP was the hard carry for that team.
Okay, so that will definitely be someone we look out for in the coming rounds. Also, Sever, as we've already talked about.
Yeah.
The god himself. And that goes without saying, so see if we can find a little damage here. The man himself, unable to find that dig, and they're going to try and push too close. Hex, not enough HP to take face at that short range, and, well, they're not going to be able to find much more. USC grabbing 3 rounds in a row. Pretty standard Counter-Strike, yep. Clean, you got to respect it, though, because, you know, it's actually not rare, but I'd say it's only like 50-50 that you actually grab your 3 rounds in a row before, dropping some sort of cheeky eco round.
Yeah.
Especially with all the force buys and the overpowered pistols. They've always been like this in CSGO, so
Yeah.
the teams that are used to it are able to usually cling those 3 rounds together. But yeah, maybe 50-50 is pushing it. But I'd say you have about a 25% chance of grabbing at least 1 round, even if you lose the pistol round.
Yeah, with the better teams though, it gets a little bit harder. And USC, we obviously know, are a good team. And the first gun round coming in, so it looks like everyone's just going to play their defaults. The terrorists are going to try to feel for information. And I'm surprised to see no ops come out despite having the money. It looks like everyone just went with the rifle and decided to go with that utility.
Yeah, and Carnegie also opting not to take any map control at all. Not pushing water, not taking bathrooms long, and just standard setup. 2 here towards the A site, and then the standard 3B with the... Oh, actually, is that 3 towards A? Sorry. Overpass map with the two different layers gets confusing. So yeah, interesting setup. Generally, you're gonna opt for the 3 at B. That's the harder site to retake, generally speaking.
Yeah, that's true.
But regardless, here comes the smoke. So
wall of smokes.
Yeah, wall of smokes. In fact, so this should be a guaranteed bomb plant. In fact, even with the 3 CTs here, Hex also finding a cheeky kill. Right between the smoke and the truck, so...
One of the smoke guys actually missed, but it didn't matter because they got that entry. And now the counter-terrorists have to come in for a retake situation, but look at the after plants. This is an impossible retake.
Oh, impossible. Swordsman has something else to say. He's going to grab 1, but now he's in a 1-on-3, and impossible is indeed correct. So even though they stacked the A site with 3 players, they were still unable to stop the bomb going down, let alone stop getting entried on. And Hex abusing the smokes, in fact, abusing one of the flub smokes, playing right at the edge of it, and able to find that entry there at the top of the stairs. So very well played, actually, by USC, all things considered. They had everything stacked against them, no pun intended, and, well, they played it perfectly. So here comes that YOLO A rush, rushing through mid-A, trying to find some early picks, and they're going to go connector. Sage going to grab the first one, and Mackey's low. He's going to get dropped as well by failure. So 2 kills, the aggression working out perfectly for the CTs, and that goes to show the power of a little, pistols, CZ action, and that surprise aggression that really can catch terrorists off guard, especially if they've not set up to trade properly like they were there in connector.
Yeah, USC were completely caught off guard. Honestly, that shouldn't happen, but sometimes it just happens. You have a little bit of a misplay, but USC, they're still in a prime position to win this round. You can see 3 players that are extremely low. Almost nobody has armor and nobody has utility or kits. So as long as USC, they just win out some of these aim battles, I think they still have a good shot despite it being a 3v5.
Yeah, I actually really like what Carnegie's doing, though. Not really making any plays. They're just slowing it down. Now going to wait for USC because they need to make a play, and Jordan will do just that, dropping failure. But Swordsman's still here with the AK-47, going to play extremely passive here in connector, and unable to find the spray onto Dice, so set himself up for a perfect kill there, and now they're going to get the B site freely. And this is going to be a 4-man retake. Not a lot of HP, very little armor aside from MVP, but Hex getting dropped down now, so this round's starting to become a little bit more doable for Carnegie. If they can get this flank and catch him off guard, this could be huge. There's a lot of pressure here on Swordsman to make a big play right now.
Yeah, but there is no kit, so they have to start moving up. Dice is going to be alone in a 1v4 situation. If he could just delay a little bit, was that enough?
No way.
This is going to be super close.
No, they have it. They have it.
They have it. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Just a few seconds, but yes, that was close.
Wow.
Yeah, I have that music volume set for like 0.1
Yeah,
just so I can hear it. Just, just barely background so it doesn't distract me in game. I like that the new update, not the new update, holy crap, I've been playing this, new relative to me, it was like a year ago, playing CSGO for three and a half years. But, that update when they allowed you to, customize your audio, so you could just have that 10-second cue play rather than music the entire time, which is obnoxious. Yeah. Unless you're like Silver 4, in which case you probably love the soundtrack. It's probably great. Stat Trek music hits, right? Valve taking sarcasm seriously. Regardless, this is pretty important that Carnegie were able to pick up that round and an eco round at that. So resetting the money, not resetting, but forcing them to full buy rather. And this boost by Dice, unable to find that kill as he jumps across. So very cute angle, but you have to have the reaction time of a god if you want to hit that.
Yeah, I think they were expecting it. You're gonna see a lot of boosts on overpass, especially with the good teams. You're gonna see boosts over B, boosts over A, as a terrace, as a counter terrace. So we're gonna have to be looking for all these boosts. But it looks like USC again opting for the default here, and again Carnegie Mellon just not playing up for any map control. They're just playing on sites both on A and B. So USC, they should be able to at least throw a fake or break into the site and force Carnegie Mellon onto a retake situation.
Yeah, ideally that's exactly what should happen. Here comes the execute. Hex grabbing that first entry. And this is going to be pretty hard, but Sage lurking in the smoke, looking for the spray, completely whiffs it, and Jordan's going to punish that swiftly. So unfortunate from Sage to be able to not find anything, and Swordsman as well. Both players were blind, but they had the man advantage. Maki just peeking, helping his buddy out, make sure he doesn't die, and that's going to call for a save from Carnegie Mellon. Yeah, very unfortunate. Sage was definitely the man to make a play in that round and was unable to find anything.
This is what happens when you just play on site on overpass. You got to play a little bit more aggressively. Just peek out for information, at least getting bathrooms control so you could fall back when you make contact. Because if you don't, if you just play on the site, then the other team could just full on execute, and as long as they play for trades, they're just going to take the site. That time, they didn't even have to play for trades. They won all the entries, and that was it. So, Carnegie Mellon, I want to see them play a little bit more aggressively, gaining a little bit more map control, and then giving it up as the time goes by. But they're just giving up the entire map, like you said, just at the start of the round.
Yeah, and like you said, grabbing bathrooms, and basically putting a little aggression anywhere on the map. Fnatic's very famous for taking water pretty much early every B round. They'll at least send one guy to just grab information, and even if they're not able to find a kill, they generally will fall back and at least have that little knowledge that there's someone playing towards B, and that could be all you need to win the round. But Sever chiming and grabbing 2, Hex here for the trade, and just one by one getting decimated by USC right now.
Yeah, that it's notable to see that USC actually has a slight ping disadvantage. I think it's like 70 to 80 ping to 30. So this is a Chicago server, and despite that, USC Trojans are showing a solid T side. And I know that I guess the quote-unquote meta that we talked about during the podcast is that we're looking at more terrace side kind of meta. But USC, they're a good team. So honestly, getting this ahead on their T side is a really good sign, because I think they're only going to do better on their CT side.
Yeah, that's exactly true. And grabbing that momentum while on T-side, double dunk, and failure. Picks up the deagle, was able to quickly return that kill, so maybe killing a little momentum there on Maki. Don't get too excited there. Slow down, bud. I know you got the double dunk, but it's not the season of Kobe right now. It's the season of Counter-Strike. NBA season's over, man.
Yeah,
but
Kobe season's over, too.
Kobe season's over. That's true. Sorry, Kobe fans.
Sorry.
I know I've offended all 2 of you in chat right now.
What are we gonna call that now? I mean, if we get like a grenade kill, what are we gonna call that? The LeBron?
Yeah, I guess
Curry.
What's the other one? Yeah, there's Curry, Durant. Yeah, I'm Canadian, so I'm just gonna go for the Nash.
Okay.
Yeah, and it kind of sounds like you're like mashing their brain.
Yeah.
So the brain Nash. I don't know, but yeah, regardless, this is quite the just dominance shown here from USC. They're 10-1, yeah, but Carnegie's 9-2. These are both teams that have been top of their groups, whether it was through the shuffle or the original seedings in the regional groups. So interestingly, we're seeing quite just a stomp now from USC. 7-1, Brazil, heading into round 9. So this is going to be, I don't know, man. It could be one of those games where it's 10-5 and both teams just have amazing T-sides, but I can't imagine USC playing this passive, just not based off their previous playstyle. They love to make plays and go for those BDPs as much as possible.
I mean, Carnegie Mellon, they need to start making stops right now, because if USC gets like 10 rounds, on top of that, if they win the pistol, I mean, it's gonna be dependent on the pistol as always. But if USC gets like 10 rounds and then they win the pistol, it's gonna be looking grim, especially on their CT side. So Carnegie Mellon, they need to start winning. At least they need to get like 6 rounds, 5 may be doable, but Carnegie Mellon, again, they have to make the stops now. This is the round.
Yeah, and yet again, they're just doing the same thing round and round. At least we have Sever pushed up. Oh, actually, they do have 2 pushed up. Sorry, I'm getting yellow dots on my map for the CTs, so it's confusing me. So they actually do opt for some aggression now towards A. This should at least be enough to allow the CTs to know this is going to be a B take, and they do have 3 set up here towards B. So this is kind of the more standard setup: 1 long, 1 bathrooms, and 3 CTs towards B. That's you know, maybe they'll find success with this more standard overpass setup.
Yeah, but again, USC playing their default, biding their information. They still have smokes. They have full on. Oh, cheeky little boost coming in from Maki. This just the fact that he doesn't see anything is giving them so much information. And they still have smokes and mollies. So you're gonna see an execute coming in onto the B site, which is what they're looking to favor. Dice on the entry. There's only 25 seconds though, because they wasted a lot of time on their default.
Oh, MVP. Maki just jumped right into him, didn't even notice. Switches for the AK, grabs a double kill, and between him and Sage, they just mop up that site. So MVP with a triple that round. Very well played. Went for a little early aggression the second he heard them throwing nades. Was able to catch out a T while tossing a flashbang. So well played by MVP. Definitely got some awareness on that player, and that's the kind of type of play style we need to start to see. The 2 towards mid early round. I really hope we see Sever spot, because yeah, this is what he opted for last round. Just gonna play for the more passive towards birthday party, but generally if you have a mid spawn, you can still spot mid and fall back to that exact position, giving yourself 2 opportunities to find a kill rather than, well, right now he's only setting himself for 1, so he can go for 1 shot and fall back to site, and that's about all you can do.
And this time USC going on the opposite side of the map, working the A long, and it looks like they are going to make contact very soon here. Actually, Failure looking the wrong way at the wrong time, and he's going to get punished by Zinc.
Hey, 180s, but you know, no time for that. Jordan going down by Sever, and you know, like I said previously, he finds the 1 pick and now forced to fall back to site. Well, that's all good and dandy. You're still 1 man, and you're going to have to force either spread your defense thin and put 2 on each site, or MVP just goes ham like that, pushing water, and there's that aggression. That's the type of thing. That's the type of plays we need to see right now if you know, Carnegie wants to even have a chance to get back into this.
Yeah, and look at this. I think it's an A stack. Yeah, you have Swordsman playing Heaven, so he can rotate to either side really fast. But 25 seconds, the Trojans, they have to execute. They're just gonna dry execute on with a flash.
Ooh, Sever gets punished. Repeaks Hex, and now there's 2 players here on site. They should not repeak this upper again. No, Sage is pushing through the smoke, actually able to get the kill because the no scope misses, and the molly will finish off Swordsman while he's planting the bomb. So good retake actually from Carnegie, and that is probably going to be enough to. No, wow, USC's rich. What the heck?
Yeah, they won 7 rounds. They won 7 rounds.
Damn,
so.
I thought they got at least reset twice. Like, I thought the rounds that Carnegie were winning were a little more spread out. So, but wow, okay, yeah, you're right. 7 rounds. My math is bad. No, I'm just gonna admit it. I was wrong.
At least
I was just pure wrong.
At least Carnegie, they're right when we said they had to win these rounds, they did. Actually, USC, they're going to go for a B rush. They're just saying, screw it, we're just going to split B extremely fast. And it looks like it's working. They got the first kill, they got the second. Now MVP is all alone. He gets 1, but he gets traded out. So this B rush works to a T. As a counter-terrorist, you have to be mauling. You have to be flashing that monster like at the beginning of the round. But Carnegie Mellon, they didn't do that, and they got punished.
Yeah, that Jordan rush worked perfectly. Jordan just grabbing 3 kills, and the rest of his teammates, you know, acting as decoys. Not to talk crap about his teammates at all. It has nothing to do with that. Just Jordan grabbing all the entries on that site, killing all 3 players in Failure. At least finding 1 for his efforts, but 28 HP and no time on the clock. Just gonna have to fall back And this is really dire for Carnegie's economy. They're at least going to be able to buy, but if they don't win this round, and considering they're going for these ops on Sever, which I imagine Sage is going to drop this round, this will be their last full buy round, and that's when the money's going to start to trickle down a lot slower. And you know, maybe it's best for them, because we've seen them win those eco rounds, and that kind of aggression is what they need to apply to their buy rounds, in my opinion.
Yeah, Carnegie Mellon, they are in a dangerous position here. USC with 8 rounds on the T side. Overpass, remember, is probably one of the most CT-sided maps in the current pool. Arguably with Inferno, but I think Overpass more so, just because the rotations are way faster than Inferno. So Carnegie Mellon, only 3 rounds on their CT side. They need to get 5 or 6, I mean probably 7 if possible. They need to win out, but you know, USC, they're looking strong.
Swordsman, same position, a little deeper now towards long, but he's been caught so many times looking the wrong direction, so finally setting himself up just to watch one angle, and he's still checking towards the left side, so that flash is going to distract him. It's really hard to watch Swordsman. He really just has to focus on one angle rather than trying to watch 2 at the same time, but
yeah,
he's just getting his attention diverted, and Mackie just jumps out, drops him quickly. E-Zinc chimes in as well, so just on all parts of the map, USC winning their battles. And yeah, they have full mid control, and if they make the right read, they could just run right through connector to B and have a free site. But the gamble may pay off here from Carnegie. They're going to stack all 3 players. Actually, Sever running away now, so just that slight delay is going to be enough. MVP unable to find anything, and it's just falling apart. Sage has to fall back here towards stairs, and there's no way you can recover from this type of round. Terrorists are going to have to make some huge mistakes, and still, even giving them an opportunity, but E-Zinc wins that battle, and yeah, this is going to be Sever just trying to save this M4, I imagine. There's really no reason to go for exits, considering how large the economy is on USC and how far behind you guys are right now, so yeah, he's going for it anyway, and it's not such a bad thing if he can save it, but he's actually
won't be able to.
Yeah, he's right below the bomb, and Jordan's running right at him, so probably wasn't going to save it anyway. Perhaps it was best that he went for the kill and died before the timer, but regardless, it doesn't matter in that situation, actually. So, yeah, USC dominant lead now, 9-3 on the first half, T-side overpass, and yeah, it's hard to say. I can't imagine Carnegie coming back, but hey, then again, we've seen a lot of crazy shit here in CSL. A lot of unexpected comebacks, so I really try not to count anyone out at any point in the game. This is Counter-Strike, and anything can happen.
Yeah. I like that. I like that implied question mark. It actually looks like Carnegie Mellon, they push through A, so they know it's B 100%. So you got the rotations coming in quick. USC Trojans, though, I think they caught wind of that as well. So USC Trojans, they should be looking to move quick because they're going to get flanked.
Yeah, this is a pretty fast play here. A dicey play, you could say, and want to see if they can find anything. There's 4 men here from the flank. Dice is not going to expect them here on his left side, but getting saved by Hex, grabbing the spray as well, and Jordan here to save the day. Dropping the 2 players here from Connector, coming through construction, and 10-3 now for USC. Finally able to buy again here for Carnegie, but this may be too late in my opinion. They're going to really have to scrape these last 2 rounds together and start to build their momentum right away.
And I really hate calling games just because of the crazy things we've seen in CSL, but this is looking incredibly grim for Carnegie Mellon. They have to win so many rounds on the harder side. It's going to be unbelievably difficult. They have a huge road ahead of them.
Yeah, a huge road is correct, and unfortunately, they're kind of just rinsing and repeating the same strat more or less every round, not really adjusting too much, aside from some particular players and their aggression. I'd like to see these players kind of lead the way with their teams. Maybe MVP call for some more, I don't know who's calling for the team, but it seems like he's the one making most of the correct reads and plays, so I'd really like to see him group up with his teammates and say, hey, let's take water early, but regardless, failure grabbing the first kill, quickly trade out by Hex, and 4-on-4, pretty good situation considering they have 2 here on site and 1 close on the rotate. But Jordan jumps right through the smoke, finds the first kill. Great play by him. MVP ready for the trade. And there's a CT here close in the smoke. He's sitting in the smoke, just trying to bide his time to wait for something. Sever, he's able to wrap around but gets spotted by Jordan. Calls it out to Dice, drops him, and now it's all falling apart. Sage here at stairs, aka jump spot before the update, before they added stairs back in, and well, he's gonna find 1 kill, 1 consolation, and round 14, he's got a kit, really no time to make anything happen, and he's gonna go down with the bomb. Okay, he's making the right play. Oh, he might go down to the bomb. Oh no, why are you sitting under the bomb? Oh my god, you know more about bombs than me, Sage.
No, I don't. I think he just got lucky. I think he had no idea what was going on. Just got lucky.
God.
But this is brutal. Honestly, 11-3. Even if USC started the CT side and they had 11 rounds, it would still be incredibly tough. But they're on the T side and they have 11 rounds. This is
It's
boy.
insane. They're
It's
insane.
insane.
What can they
Oh,
do?
look at that Negev buy coming in from Easing. He's saying, we're dominating you so hard, I'm gonna show
Man.
some disrespect here.
I don't think I've seen the
Trying out
Negev
that
buy
Negev.
come out since my first game.
Oh, and he gets punished
Oh,
for that
zing.
disrespect. He says, Sever says, don't you ever disrespect me.
Ooh, Dice just going aggressive. He knew there was 2 players there in connector. Gets immediately punished for that mistake, and well, maybe this is the opportunity Carnegie needed. 4 rounds. I don't know, man. If USC just totally dropped the ball, I can't imagine them doing it. But well, we've seen them get some much closer score lines than were necessary, so can't put it past them. Not saying they're gonna choke or anything, but you never know. And well, finally a male Deeg by Hex, six shot, and well, it's not really a disrespectful shot. That's just some skill. And MVP trying to help recover something, but he might be a little too late to the game. Taking his sweet time. Both T's here are now on site, so they've recovered this from a 2-on-4. Jordan and Hex, the dream team combo. It's like the Double D, Dupree and Device. And yeah, that's gonna be the end of it. Hex grabbing his 3rd kill for the round, the full house from Jordan and Hex, and that'll be 12-3 on the T side for USC. So completely dominant scoreline. And it actually doesn't speak for how close some of the rounds were, in my opinion. Carnegie, they won that eco round, were able to chain a round together, and it just always fell apart. It always came down to these double entries by some player just going big, whether it was, in Jordan or Hex or someone just making a big entry on the site, and they're just immediately in a 3-on-5, and there's nothing they can do. So looks like we are going live, and this is just going to be a straight-out B-rush. The tilt B-rush, just rush B, guys. I don't even want to talk about this game right now. And, hey, sometimes those are exactly what you need to get back into the game. But they're going to just overexpose themselves. This USP action coming in. Hex, Zink, and Maki just destroying the defense here from the bomb. And that's going to be the game. USC grabbing the 13th round. There's, wow. To get that entry on the site and then to just cross the site, exposing yourself from so many angles. They basically just put themselves into a crossfire by 3 separate CTs, and there's nothing you can do. And if you're gonna set yourself up like that,
You could actually see a lack of practice coming in from Carnegie Mellon. They rushed B, didn't really properly use the utilities that they bought. On top of that, they got a free entry on the man in barrels because the guy barrels decided to get out of barrels and peek, and they got the free entry, and then all 5 of them stood on site instead of going to their after plant position. So USC, despite having no kit, no utilities, they only had armor, they completely retake the site. That shouldn't really happen, and you can see the lack of practice coming in.
yeah, absolutely. And here's a CT side boost. This is the kind of information you need to gather. This is what we would have expected to see, like you had said prior to the game, even starting right on the pistol round. We already realized that if you want to have a good CT defense, you have to get aggressive, you have to get information, and you have to utilize the boosts. There are so many at your disposal, regardless of what side you're on. And this is the type of information you need to gather as a CT. At least you now know, before a B push comes in, that they will be pushing that site. And that allows for the rotate. Those 5 extra seconds are all that matters in a game like Counter-Strike. It's all fractions of seconds and split decisions, split-second decisions. So, well, this T aggression might be panning out. No armor, Glocks, And this could, in fact, be Day's nightmare. But the scout coming in from Jordan. Maki chiming in now with the USP. So no armor, no problem. Doesn't matter what gun you use. It's going to be just as powerful as the next. So Maki trying to switch out for a separate weapon. Doesn't matter. Jordan's there to save the day with the scout. So hitting a jumping shot as well as a regular to save the team. And, well, it looked like they were about to get rushed down in a 5-on-4. And had Jordan gone down, that definitely could have been the round for Carnegie. But grabbing that kill and just giving enough time for Maki to come and chime in.
Yeah, this is a dominating performance. I actually didn't expect such a close scoreline, but obviously USC came prepared. I'm from UCLA, and we played USC as well, and we played them on Overpass too, and this is the map they beat us on, so obviously USC showing some kind of prowess on this map.
Dude, that was the longest range Swag 7 I've seen from E-Zink, aside from maybe that JW one on Cash. The one he got on Pasha. That one's just insane, but that was... E-Zink hit him all the way from right outside Graffiti to the lower part of T-Pit as they were pushing Long Tunnel. So that was like pretty much 100 feet in Counter-Strike world. That makes no sense to anyone, but it was a long distance shotgun hit. So, well, Sever, last man alive, goes for the spray, is able to find it. Hex too far away to trade out, and he's gonna go for the deagle. Probably knows he's lit down to at least 50 HP, and well, Sever's gonna try and get the bomb, but he's just giving away his position. So Hex is going to be able to wide peek, especially once he hears the nade. And yeah, you never really want to use a nade when you're in a one-on-one, especially if you know they're around the corner.
Yeah.
Unless you're like absolutely certain and you have cover and you're using it to blind them so you can peek them, that's fine. But if they're anywhere close to you or they don't know your position, you're just either giving away your position if they don't know where you are, or just putting yourself in a vulnerable spot to get traded. So, unfortunate, but 15-3, and USC just looking to take this, well, quickly as possible, it looks like.
Another Negev buy from E-Zink.
He's dedicated to making this happen. He's got a little pride now on the line. He missed the first one, got instantly destroyed. So at this point, he's like, I'm going to get this Negev kill. All right. Oh, he gave it away now. They're not going to go B. So this could be a mind game. You negev the site that you don't want them to go, and then force them to go to the other one. Just shoot the whole clip, all 150 bullets, just assert your dominance, be the alpha male of the site. But yeah, I guess you never know. Negev can be pretty huge from this position. We saw NBK play it in his own disrespectful way, but Sever probably didn't know he was going to be revealed, and also had no idea Dice would be pushed up that close, so he'll get dropped. And this is looking like a wrap-up, unless these Tech-9s can do a lot of damage right now. Hex, still stuck here behind the truck. See if he can find anything. He is going to be given an opportunity, and he's going to get shoulder peek, so he's going to have to fall back to a different position. Gives an opportunity for Maki to get the angle on him, and, well, can he find the no-scope? Unfortunately not. Dice now switching angles, almost shoots his teammate, but Hex chimes in to get the double kill, and that'll be the end. No Negev kill for E-Zink, and that'll be 16-3 in favor of USC.
What a convincing win.
Yes.
That was a pretty one-sided affair. USC looks like at this point they are going to go undefeated in their groups and stay atop with SGSU, I believe, second. Luckily for Carnegie Mellon, I think playoffs take top 3 teams. So I think Carnegie Mellon, they are just third in their groups. So this loss, although it is a loss, they should still be in good standing for playoffs, assuming that they don't lose to any other teams.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. And these games are so important because of that very reason. Top 3 teams, getting that playoff spot, getting that seat. And, well, this next game is just as important as this previous one, as we have... This is the team I hadn't seen yet that I was very curious about. Columbia University, who is 7-2 right now. Pretty decent scoreline. Only losses have been to Houston and Penn State, and unfortunately that was in their new group. So, maybe they were in an easy group. It's hard to say right now. Regardless, they have a game coming up against Texas Tech as well. So, and then Cal Poly Pomona, who is 10-1. So another team. They were from the first West Division, if I understand correctly, right? So they weren't in your West Division, right?
No, they were not in our West.
Okay.
They were in one of the other ones.
Okay, yeah. So they were in the other West Division, and well, they're 10-1. So definitely a team to look out for. And we'll be having that game coming up very shortly. That is scheduled for 8 o'clock p.m. Western, so that's about 10 minutes from now, guys. So, maybe turn ad block off, mute the stream, switch it over to another tab. We'll be back in 10 minutes, so, give us a follow. You can follow me on Twitter at JZilk. You can follow my boy Will at CSL What's Wrong.
Yep.
And we will be back in 10 minutes, so stick around. See you then.
Separate them together. These perspectives in view. I am me, I am you. Justice, fear, and fire. Separate them together. These perspectives in view. I am me, I am you. I am you. I am me, I am you. I am me, I am you.
Attention citizens. Please commence routine 1399. Proceed instantly